We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Cleveland Browns and the Washington Commanders. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from FedEx Field. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Here's Gibson to start the drive. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, coaches stress their defense being physical. They don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now they go play action with Howell. Buying time to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Faking the handoff, Howell. Forced out to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. For the play fake, and now here's how to throw it. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Under pressure, they got him again. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Now a hit and a loose football. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game. I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Once more, Gibson. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 19-yard line. They'll run with Gibson. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Gibson here running out of the gun. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Off play action. It's Howell. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a 2nd defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So pass interference the call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the
hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And this is picked up by the Browns.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
They start the drive with Cook, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. No sweat from Montez Sweat that time as he makes that stop look easy.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Watson now to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Slot man moves right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. He's got a man complete. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
The extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny. And there's nothing more powerful than say that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about, to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Gibson again. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll go play action. Howell slings this deep from McLaurin. He's got it at the 15. A huge play there for Washington. 61 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. First down, Howell to throw. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down. Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance. I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Howell. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. And once more, Howell back to the air. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Sly able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going. Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now. The Browns drive about to get started. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill? Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Hey, and he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. Just a 1-yard loss pass that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. The slot man in motion right. After the run, Watson going to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
The Browns send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side with Gibson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They get 17 there. Good for a Commanders first down. First down, right back to Gibson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19. They'll go again with Gibson. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On 3rd down, here's Gibson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Commanders have taken the lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. The Browns drive about to get started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Watson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Watson.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson.
And he'll get this one to Cooper, complete.
Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Cooper, the man in motion right. On 1st down, it's Watson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? They'll throw now on the final play. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Watson on 1st down. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they called Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. On 2nd and 9, Watson being chased out left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Dancing to his left.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
From the 38, Powell. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started.
This game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 2nd down. To throw is Watson. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Montez Sweat able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Now back to throw. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body.
Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste.
Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
They'll run with Gibson. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson.
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 35.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
On first down, Watson. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Again, it's Watson.
Out route here, going to Hunt. He's got it.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. Hunt will try going up the middle.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns.
Kareem Hunt, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
It's the loss of a yard. Brings up 17-11.
They go play action with Howell.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 17th touchdown now on the season.
And the Commanders are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Now Joey Slye for the point after.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Slye set to boot it. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
He sets to fire deep. It's caught inside the 25.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Watson. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Faking the handoff. Howell
slings this deep from McLaurin. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. Here's Watson on the sneak. And I don't think he got in. The big bodies up front held him at the 1. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Now, that was a little too conservative for my liking. It's only second down, and they try to run the sneak. Give credit to the defense. They pushed them back and set up third down.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Hunt is in. Touchdown, Cleveland. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on third down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball. I said, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again. I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
They'll go. It's Gibson.
And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. First down. Here's the run with Cook. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now on 2nd and 13. Watson, and that's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
A potential field goal, if you're thinking about that, almost 55 yards from here as they try to get closer on 3rd down. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Third and long. It's Watson.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Past the 20.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown.
And the big boy, dare I say, he showed some athleticism there.
Oh, without a doubt. And you know what else we saw on that play? Why they do more and more ball drills in practice. They want everyone proficient with catching the football and being comfortable because you never know when a big play like this will happen for a big man.
Now, post-game locker room, does he get an extra drumstick?
He was going to get that anyway. He may get the whole sprint now.
Yeah, put some gravy on there. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Browns drive about to get started.
We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Third down, here's a run by Cook.
And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick six for a Washington touchdown.
Little choice, Charles, but to go for it right there, and that pick six will be the icing on the cake.
Yeah, you don't know how many more possessions you're going to get, so really you're almost at the point of no options. Have to go for it. Bottom line, though, is defenders know that as well. They know you've got to throw the football. Had the right defense call, able to make a nice play on the ball, and that's all she wrote.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
The return from his end zone is Grant. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Browns drive about to get started.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Powell's throw complete to Dotson.
No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Love the effort. Love the dramatics. Getting the feet down. How about a little step shuffle along the sideline there, almost like a great ballet dancer or a tap dancer. All for no gain, though?
I was going to say, it's so pretty, and it gets you nothing.
second down, a run with Gibson.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Howell throwing on third down here.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now.
Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and the lead will stay put at 17. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here's another interception.
And the Commanders will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked off by Lewis Cine. And the Browns are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Anthony Schwartz with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
No problem there on the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Look,
it's caught inside the 25.
And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line.
A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
And yet again, it's McLaurin.
And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. From the 16, Powell. This is caught. And he's brought down. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. They'll try to run with Gibson. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play. So it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is of all those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Washington, they improved to 14-2 with still 1 game left to be played in this regular season.